And I'm Ben Brooks, 86 years old, and I thank God for every one of them. Again, this is Easter morning. I'm a disciple of Jesus Christ, and I'm fixing to do a Easter Sunday episode because this is the most importantest day of the human life. When we were first created, that was important. But since that time, a lot of things have happened. Man have committed a whole bunch of sins, and what I'm trying to do is get people where they should have been 2,000 years ago, roundabout or so. And since this is Easter Sunday, and I'm the teacher, and I'm Ben Brooks, and I'm a disciple of Jesus Christ, I'm going to start where I always start. And then I'm going to get off into my Easter episode. And because this is the most importantest, this episode is the most important episode that Ben Brooks has ever made. This is episode, this is Easter Sunday, episode 63, the 4th day of April of 2021. Now, I'm going to start with Proverbs 22 and 6.
Proverbs 22 and 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. He or she, always.
Proverbs 22 and 6. Then I'm going to Deuteronomy, the 6th chapter and the 7th verse.
Deuteronomy 6 and 7. You shall teach them diligently to your children, when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up.
Then I'm going to Psalms 149 and 6.
Psalms 149 and 6. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand.
Now I'm giving y'all all of this so you will have every scripture. Now it's 4 pages. This is page number 1. It's 4 pages of this Easter episode. And these are the most important 4 pages you can read. So now I'm going to start with the Easter episode after Christ had risen from the dead. You see, everything about Easter that we are teaching and all of this Easter egg hunting and all of this stuff is false. The thing of it is, the reason I like Easter because I know the truth. And the truth is, Christ showed himself on a Sunday morning after the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Did y'all understand what I said? He showed himself on a Sunday morning after the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Now, I'm going to read you all of the scriptures it takes, every one of them, for you to understand exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't preach and teach the same thing, you're making Christ very sad. And it might cost you your life. Okay, Acts 2 and 46. This is after Easter now. And they continued daily with one accord in the temple, and breaking bread from house to house, and eating their meat with gladness and singleness of heart, praising God and having favor with all the people. And the Lord added unto the church such as should be saved. We're talking about what happened after Easter, after Christ rose from the dead. Now, I got a whole lot of scripture. I can't get them all in here, and I can't say everything that I need to say today. I'd need a billion people to help me. Because let me tell you something. After Christ came out of that grave, the saints came out of the grave with him. Let me tell you something about that Sunday morning, ladies and gentlemen. That's the day to be worshiped. Because the people that had died in Christ and died saved, a whole bunch of them rose on Easter morning. A whole lot of them. Now I'm going to read you exactly what this Easter episode is coming from and why. I can't tell you all of the details that go with it, but I'm going to read you the scripture, and you can read some of that stuff for yourself. And when he had now, what we're talking about here is the Passover, and we're talking about unleavened bread. Y'all know about the Passover? And y'all know about unleavened bread. Well, people ain't teaching it like God ordered us to teach it. They're doing what they want to do, like they want to do, and when they want to do it. And God is very displeased with what's going on. And what needs to happen right now is somebody needs to straighten it out. That's all there is to it. Now, Easter episode. From the book of Acts, the 12th chapter and the 4th verse. And this happened during the Passover weekend, and the 7 days of unleavened bread. That's when this took place, ladies and gentlemen. Acts 12:4. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him unto 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth unto the peoples. Okay. They had already killed one of Christ's apostles. And because it pleased the Jews, now listen, ain't no reason for this. Christ taught everybody under the sound of his voice exactly the same thing. And what them Jews were putting down didn't make no sense. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him unto 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending to bring him forth after Easter. Now, I'm going to get page. I got 4 pages here. This is page number 1. Now, this is page number 2. Now, I'm going to put them, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this video today. And then I'm going to go back and do a number 2 part and put the words on the screen so y'all can download them, make it some hard copies, and study them forever. Teach your kids forever, that is. Okay, now I'm going to get right down to where Easter came from in the first place. I'm going to get right down to the Passover, and I'm going to get right down to the 7 days of unleavened bread. You got to understand the Passover, and you got to understand the unleavened bread if you're going to understand Easter. Because all of it, every bit of it goes together, and God planned it that way in the beginning of time. And that's been a long time ago. Now, I'm fixing to bring you up to date exactly, no doubt about it, when Easter first came in existence. I'm fixing to teach you the history of it and how it got here and how it was meant to stay. You see, peoples, right now, this is the 4th day of April. We're worshiping Easter. Easter's supposed to be held on the 22nd day of this month. And it don't never supposed to change. Never. And why people are changing it, I don't have no idea. There's too much false stuff about Easter in the first place. A whole bunch of it is false. They could easily tell the truth and say it's the first day Christ showed himself. Anybody could say that, and anybody would accept it. But don't go around talking about he came out the grave on Easter morning. Don't go around talking about this stuff about Good Friday either. You can tell the truth because it's easy you can lie. It ain't going to be no liars in heaven. I advise you to tell the truth, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a disciple of Jesus Christ. I'm sitting here, I ain't got no aches and pains and hurts and wants and unnecessary desires and all that kind of stuff. Anybody can be a disciple of Jesus Christ. Exodus 12:1, I'm finna get you straight as a plumb line right now. And the Lord spoke unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year unto you. Ladies and gentlemen, God said it. Speak unto the children, speak unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take them every man a lamb, according to the house of their father, a lamb for a house. Ladies and gentlemen, every man that was born and every woman that was born supposed to have a husband and a wife, and they supposed to have a family. That's what I'm talking about. Exodus 12:6. Now what I'm doing now, I have to skip a little bit because I doubt if I get through with what I got. But I can't do with just so much. So I'm skipping a few scriptures. If you want to read them, go back and read them. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Understand something now. God ordered them to keep that lamb until the 14th day of the first month. We're talking about April now because God changed the time. He said this month shall be unto you the beginning of the month. God changed everything. If Christ, we celebrate Christmas, supposed to be Christ's birth. No, the truth is, if he was born in December, it was September back in these days. You just well to tell the truth. Exodus 12:6 one more time. And ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Now God ordered them to keep that lamb until the 14th day of the first month and kill it in the evening time. Now the reason he said the evening time is because when he created days in the first, I got a calendar here. I got two calendars, as a matter of fact. You can't put your finger on Easter unless you got both of these calendars. That's all that is to it. You can't do it. God ordered them to keep it until the 14th day, and everybody kill it in the evening time. Now we're going to Exodus 12:12. I'm skipping, like I said, so I can get it all over to you. This is what God said, For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smith all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, against all the gods of Egypt. I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. Now the God said, going to kill all the firstborn and all of these false gods people is worshiping, calling them God, and they ain't got no life. They can't do nothing. They people wanting something that can't talk back, I guess. I don't know what they want. But anyway, verse 13. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the house where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague will not be upon you to destroy you when I smash the land of Egypt. Now he's saying he's going to go through Egypt and kill all the firstborn because they wouldn't let his people go free. Now I got a whole lot to say about that. I can't say it right now. And this day shall be unto you. Listen what it's saying now. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord throughout your generation. and you shall keep it a feast by ordinance forever. Ladies and gentlemen, Easter is in a real good place. Unleavened bread is still in existence. The Passover is still in existence. God ordered it forever because he freed his people. I wished I had time to explain to y'all what freedom means. God don't want none of his people in bondage. Now they was born down in Egypt, just like we was born wherever God created us at in the first place. I got a whole lot to tell you. Hope I get around to it some of these days. Verse 14, and this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and you shall keep it a feast unto the Lord throughout your generation. You shall keep it a feast by ordinance forever. Listen to verse 15, Exodus 12:15. 7 days, please pay attention. 7 days shall you eat unleavened bread. Even the first day you shall put away leaven out of your house. For whosoever eat leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's using the word leaven. What it's talking about is you can't mix nothing with the words of Christ. That's what it's talking about. I hope I get around to it some of these days. On verse 16, and the first day there shall be a holy convocation, and in the 7th day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man may be, what it says now, must eat, that only may be done of you. And what it's saying here is now, the only work you're allowed to do on them, and the first day there shall be a holy convocation, and in the 7th day there shall be a holy convocation. No manner of work shall be done, save that which every man must eat. Whatever is necessary for you to do on that Sabbath day, you can do it, but nothing else is what it's saying. Now, Exodus 12:17, I'm trying to rush a little bit. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generation by an ordinance forever. You see, it's an order. It's an ordinance. It's something everybody's supposed to do to give God the glory and to worship God. We're supposed to have a holy convocation. A lot of holy convocation. Now, right here in Hobbs, New Mexico, when I was young, first married, they was holding a holy convocation for a full 2 weeks. And people was getting saved, and people was getting healed, and they was having church 2 full weeks. Them was some real good, joyful days. And then all of a sudden, everything changed, just like it changed in the Bible. Okay, this is the most important. I want you to highlight this. I want you to go back and highlight the 6th verse. I want you to highlight verse number 6 also. And this number, number 6 you highlighted, and then number 18, I want you to highlight that verse too, and refer to it as often as you got time to read. Okay. In the first month, God speaking here, God ordered these months. And he was still giving Moses instruction when verse 18 was written. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at eve, you shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at eve. Is that plain enough for you folks to understand it? If you do understand it, why don't you do what he said? Ain't no reason. All of this education we got, all of this technology we got, and as good a place as the earth is to live, and especially the United States of America, We ain't got no right for this idiotic stuff that people is putting down at this day and time. We ain't got no reason for it. It's as plain as you can hold your hand up in front of your face. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at eve, you shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at eve. God gave Moses, sitting right there talking to him and Aaron at that particular time, 21 days of instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, Easter came on the 22nd day of that same month. If you will, please. But before Easter got here, God had ordered 2 holy convocations. And if you just want to know the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, he ordered 3 holy convocations while he was talking to Moses. Nothing is more important than a holy convocation, because all of the people come together and worship God with a great shout with their voice. Now, the 18th verse, the 6th verse, and the 18th verse. The 6th verse say, "Ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening time." Now, highlight the 6th verse, Exodus 12:6, and Exodus 12:18. You need to study it until you understand it. And whoever's over you, make them explain why they're doing what they're doing. And ask them how come they don't tell the truth. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at evening, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at eve. Now, they had arrested Apostle Peter on the feast day, which was the Passover, and they was going to keep him until after the days of unleavened bread, which lasted 7 days. That same night that they was going to bring him out, it was a Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen, because you see, they were going to keep him till after Easter. Easter was on a Sunday. The 22nd was Easter. Now, they was going to bring him out after Easter, which would have been Sunday night. But an angel showed up and let Peter out of jail, Apostle Peter that is, and gave him some instructions that he followed to the very letter. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm fixing to show you everybody on the face of the earth that is, and I want everybody to listen, because this concerns everybody. I got to hurry up. My time is running out, and I got a long ways to go. And I may have to skip some of these scriptures, because I don't want to overdo it. I might just name them and let you read it when we put it on the screen, because we are going to put them on the screen. And the reason I'm doing this, so everybody will understand that everybody Jesus was teaching understood exactly that he was going to die and rise the 3rd day. Ladies and gentlemen, I got some calendars here, and you can't understand what I'm talking about without these calendars now. Even if you have to make you one or download you one and refer to, you can't do what I'm talking about unless you have this calendar. Because Christ taught everybody, just like he told Polly when he was standing before him. he ever taught in the temple and everywhere. He didn't do nothing in secret. He told everybody. Now I want you people to understand, every last one of y'all out there, can't nobody play dumb on this. As many times that he taught this, I'm going to ask you a question when I get through. Why didn't everybody, let me ask y'all something. Why wasn't everybody at that tomb when Christ came out? Don't tell me you don't know when he came out, because he taught you what was going to happen. I got all of the proof it takes to prove every word I'm saying. And I'm a disciple of Jesus Christ, and I will prove it. Okay, this is what Jesus said. Please take note. And while they abode in Galilee, Jesus said unto them, the Son of Man shall be betrayed unto the hands of men, and they shall kill him, and the third day he shall rise again. And they were exceedingly sorrowful. Exceedingly sorrowful. Okay. Jesus is the one that taught this, and it's written in the book of Matthew, the 17th chapter, verse 22 and 23. I'm going to read it one more time, and I'm going to start hurrying up. And while they abode in Galilee, Jesus said unto them, the Son of Man shall be betrayed into the hands of men, and they shall kill him, and the third day he shall rise again. And they were exceedingly sorrowful. Now I want to hurry. Matthew 20 and 17 and 19. And Jesus going up into Jerusalem took the 12 disciples apart in the way, and said unto them, behold, we go up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man shall be betrayed unto the chief priests, unto the scribes, and they shall condemn him to death, and shall deliver him unto the Gentiles to be marked and sorted, and to crucify him. And the third day he shall rise again. That was Matthew 17 through 19. I'm going to hurry, but you can download these pages and you can read them. Matthew 27 and 63. This is what happened now after Christ had been crucified and put in that grave that he had already been in there one day when this statement was made. He had already been in the grave one day when this statement was made, and it's found in Matthew 27 and 63. Check me out if you will, please. Matthew 27 and 63. And they was having a conversation, and y'all read the whole thing when you start reading. Saying, and this is what happened. Sir, that's what one of them said. Saying, sir, we remember that deceiver said while he was yet alive, after 3 days, I will rise again. Now they calling him a deceiver. He taught everybody that he was going to rise the third day. So where did they get this lie from? He rose on the 22nd day. All of this education and technology and stuff we got on earth today, somebody with enough of sense ought to tell the truth, at least every now and then. Don't lie, false statements. It ain't no reason for it. God ain't happy with it. We could at least make God happy every once in a while. I'm intending to start a church that's going to do just that. Mark 8:31. And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected of the elders and of the chief priests and scribes and be killed, and after 3 days rise. Luke, I gave you Mark 8:31. This is Luke 24:46. And he said unto them, thus it is written, and thus it behold Christ to suffer, and to rise from the dead the third day. Ladies and gentlemen, he rose the third day. And it wasn't on no Easter morning either. It wasn't the 22nd day of April. I got news for you. It was the 17th day of April. I know what I'm talking about. Mark 16, 1 and 2. This is Easter morning, ladies and gentlemen. This whole episode is about Easter morning. Highly possible, this is the truth. And when the Sabbath was passed, Mary Magdalene, wait a minute now, she said when the Sabbath was passed, what were you talking about, 1 day or 7 days or 8 days? Who can answer that question? Was it 1 day, 7 days, or 8 days? I'm going to leave it right there. And when the Sabbath was passed, Mary Magdalene and Mary the mother of James alone had bought sweet spices that they might come and anoint him too. And very early in the morning, the first day of the week, they came unto the sepulchre at the rising of the sun. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Easter episode. They came to the sepulchre at the rising of the sun. But ladies and gentlemen, if I had time to really get down with it, I'm fixing to cut it off right now. I'm Ben Brooks. I'm a disciple of Jesus Christ. And I thank God for giving me this opportunity. I appreciate it. And I'm going to put it on the screen today, and I'm going to go back and put these letters on there later on. There's 4 pages to what I just taught you. And you'll be able to download every last one of them and make you some hard copies. And whatever you do, teach it to your kids, teach it to your family, teach it to everybody you come across, because this is the most important day in the human life at this time. Again, I'm Ben Brooks. I'm a son of Jesus.